What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Torino Career Mode. This is episode number 71, and we start today's episode off with a game against PSG here in the Champions League quarter-final second leg at home at the Stadio Olimpico de Torino. Of course, we drew the first leg away in France at 1 goal each, which means coming into this game, PSG must score, otherwise we're going through. So tough defence was going to be the name of the game in this game, obviously, but of course scoring a goal on a counter-attack would really inflict the pressure on the away side. And the first chance would fall to us as well in the 10th minute as we did go on a counter-attack. Immobile gets on the ball here and sprints down the left-hand side. Cabaye catches up, but he finds Florenzi down the right-hand side. He tries to take around Sergio Aurier, plays it through towards Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Thiago Silva's playing catch-up, lunges in on the Turkish midfielder, who hits the deck, and the referee gives a penalty just 11.5 minutes in. Thiago Silva isn't happy about it, but as you can see by the replay here, he does win the ball, but only through taking Çalhanoğlu down in the process. So penalty to Torino, and in my opinion, a correct decision. What a great start to this game, just 12 minutes in it could be, as we have ourselves a penalty. Sergio Aguero is standing over it. Can he hit the back of the net against Sirigu? Yes, he can. He sends the goalkeeper the wrong way and makes it Torino 1, Paris Saint-Germain 0. So it's his first goal in the Champions League for us, as you'll see here. It's his third goal overall. It scored 2 goals for Real Madrid, and he's now scored 1 for us as well. Makes it Torino 1, PSG 0, and now the pressure is really on Paris Saint-Germain because, yes, of course, they had to score anyway, so it doesn't really change their game plan. But, of course, now they have to score just to equalise on aggregate and keep themselves in the tie to get themselves into extra time. Before that, if they scored a goal, then we'd have to score. So now we've got ourselves a bit of breathing room. But either way, Torino 1, PSG 0. They had a good chance there, but the header was off target, and in the 24th minute, Zlatan gets on the ball, takes it around his man and goes down the left-hand side here. The tricky Swedish striker keeps on going, takes around Maximovic and finds Lucas Digne inside towards his man. Eventually, Pastore strikes the ball, but it goes wide of the post on behind for a goal kick. So still Torino 1 at PSG 0. And in the 41st minute, we had ourselves a free kick here with Hakan Çalhanoğlu. He's yet to score more than 1 free kick for us. He scored 1 last season. Since then, he hasn't been able to find the back of the net. So Çalhanoğlu standing over this free kick, a really good chance here. But as I said on Twitter, one of the reasons I can't get to grips with Çalhanoğlu's free kick is because his curve is too high. Watch this free kick. Look at where I'm aiming the ball and look at the corner it goes to. That is just crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. It's supposed to go into the top corner where it goes over the wall. Instead, it goes towards Sirigu, who tips the ball over for a corner. If anyone knows how to score free kicks with Hakan Çalhanoğlu, please tell me in the comments, because I just have absolutely no idea. It is so hard to get them into direction where I want them to go. Still, it was 1-0 to Torino, but Çalhanoğlu, despite his incredible free kick stats, may not be able to score free kicks for us, but one thing he can do is always pick up assists. He's been very, very good at being a support player in this team, getting quite a few assists this season. How about this for a nice one? Clement Grenier got a couple of nice assists earlier on in the season against Lazio in the Coppa Italia, or possibly Roma in the Coppa Italia, I think it was. But that was a really beautiful assist by Çalhanoğlu. First time back heel inside towards the path of Aguero, who gets his second goal and makes it Torino 2, PSG 0. And now PSG must have to score 2 goals in this game to stay in the tie. So they hit the post here. This header goes onto the post and behind for a goal kick, so still 2-0. But to be honest, this did not look like the same PSG team we faced in the first leg when they put us under immense pressure in the second half of that game. In this one, they had a couple of good chances. Yes, they did hit the post there, but other than that, we were the better side. And as you can see, had Sirigu not made a good save there, it would have been Torino 3, PSG 0. But it was how the game would finish, a 2-0 victory for Torino. We are into the Champions League semi-finals with a 3-1 scoreline on aggregate. We are through to the final. We were the better side, yes. It said we only had 5 shots in the game with 4 on target. I'm pretty sure I had more than that, but either way, we got the win regardless, and Aguero was my man of the match with both of our goals as well. So through to the Champions League semi-finals, delighted with that. We'll be joining Juventus, Manchester United and Real Madrid as well. So whoever we face in the semi-finals, it's going to be a very interesting tie. Will I be taking on our rivals, Juventus, or will we be taking on Real Madrid, the team we faced in the group stages, or will we be taking on Manchester United, desperate for revenge after they knocked us out in the Champions League semi-finals last season? Who do you think it's going to be? Let me know in the comments down below. Whatever happens, whatever team we face, it should be a very, very interesting tie. Regardless, following that, some more contract negotiations. Baselli accepted his deal. Now Danilo wants a new contract, so Baselli's going to stay. That's great, because even though he's now a bench player, he's still a pretty solid player to come in every now and then. But we need some fresh legs in the middle of the park, and he always does a pretty solid effort. And also as well, Victor Fazio accepted his contract too, which is fantastic. He's one of our best young prospects. He is the scout future star, of course, and although he's only played played a couple of games for us, and he spent last season out on loan, and he's spending this season out on loan as well. He is developing quite nicely, and he's now a 71 overall. So good to see them both accept their contracts there. And we take on Catania for the second of 3 games in today's episode here at the Stadio Olimpico de Torino as top play bottom. Now, whenever that happens, first play 20th, it's usually all about the home side dominating and trying to score as many goals as possible. But if you could believe this, it was the away side, Catania, rock bottom, who were looking the better side, and we were looking really nervous, kept giving the ball away, poor first touches, and Burnley had to make a great save here to ensure it was still goalless 10 minutes before the break. A really poor start by Torino in this game, certainly not what we expected, but in the 45th minute on the stroke of half-time, we play a good ball through towards Sergio Aguero, who takes control here down the left-hand side, stops the ball, gets himself inside, and Aguero scores again and makes it Torino 1, Catania 0. So that was our first real chance of the game, and we grab a goal from it as well. Catania had a couple of great chances, but they couldn't take advantage, and we do take the lead. And they know, as you can see Martinho there, they know they were not going to get too many chances in that game, They should have at least taken one of them and really put us under pressure. Regardless, Aguero does relieve the pressure here and makes it 1-0 to Torino. That's now his 6th goal in the Serie A since coming in January. And in the 51st minute, a good chance to double our lead. Alexandra gets on the ball here in the left back, plays it inside towards Hakan Çalhanoğlu, turns his man, goes down the left hand side, cuts inside to shoot, but Çalhanoğlu is denied by a great stop by Friison, and he turns it behind for a corner. So still Torino 1, Catania 0, and from the corner, Çalhanoğlu crossed the ball in, looks for Immobile, it's cleared away only as far as Alexandro, takes a couple of touches and shoots, but he can't bend the ball into the far corner, and it goes behind for a goal kick. But always how the game will finish though, Torino 1, Catania 0, so another 3 points for Torino, but this game was not what I expected at all. We did not play anywhere near good enough as we should have done really. We did have more shots, yes, and one more on target, and of course the 1 goal compared to their 0, and I thought Maximovic played quite well at the back as well, but either way, like, you know, it's first versus 20th at our home. We should have won that game by 2, 3, 4 goals really, probably even more than that if we really went for it. Instead, we just didn't really look fresh out there. We looked quite tired and quite leggy, which I guess you can't really be surprised about considering we just played PSG in midweek. But either way, we take on Livorno for the 3rd and final game of today's episode here. They're hovering just above the relegation zone, so taking on Livorno away from home, hoping for a much better display in this game other than the one against Catania, which I felt was pretty lackluster. As you can see with the team as well, there were 10 changes made to the side too. Only Burnley was the regular first 11 player getting in the team for this game, and the first chance would fall to us in the 11th minute as well. Nicola Muru takes it around his man and cuts inside. He gets tackled, it falls to Gagliardini, plays it through towards Zardes. Ronaldo shots around the defender, finds the bottom corner and makes it Livorno 0, Torino 1. So once again, Yassi Zardes grabbing the goal and making it 1-0. And I don't care how many times I have to keep saying this, he's a reserve player, he's never going to grow, but my god, he knows how to found the back of the net. He's genuinely been one of the most clinical strikers I've had in this year's FIFA. He's always putting the ball in the back of the net whenever he gets a chance. He never sulks, he never complains, he never says keep putting me in the team. He's always happy and satisfied with his squad role, and he always finds the back of the net as well. So Livorno 0, Torino 1, and from kickoff here, Livorno get onto the ball and eventually give it away as Zardes puts the pressure on, wins the ball back for us. Livorno are all at sea at the back. Zardes uses pace, runs forward, ball rolls around the last defender that was tracking back, and ends up smashing the ball in for his 2nd goal in just a couple of minutes, and makes it Livorno 0, Torino 2. So another goal for the American striker there, 2 goals up in this game. And surely now, I mean, you know, I'm saying this for 14 minutes in, if this, display of defending was anything to go by for the rest of the game, we were going to score a lot more goals than this, because Livorno were looking very, very shaky indeed. In the 33rd minute here, another good chance for us. Lazari gets played down the right-hand side, takes it around his man with the burb spin, goes to cross the ball in, pulls up as well. It falls to Zardes, who strikes it on the half volley, but it's a good save by the goalkeeper and eventually cleared away. So Lazari getting an injury there, an unforced one, not good to see, but eventually win the ball back here. We play it through towards Zardes, down the right hand side. Zardes drills in across to the centre, picks up Paragini. It's a great save by the goalkeeper, and as he goes to shoot for a 2nd time, he gets taken down and the referee gives a penalty to Torino. So penalty to Torino here, and as you can see as well, the tackle comes in from behind on Paragini. He does win the ball first. It was one of those where you can definitely make a case for it being a penalty, but I wasn't too sure. So as per usual, when we get one of those penalties and we're not too sure, we always chip it down the middle, give the goalkeeper the best chance of saving it. Zardes takes it, chips it down the middle, but he still still scores and makes it Livorno 0, Torino 3. So Zardes grabs his hat-trick. It was a debatable penalty. We chip it down the middle and grab the goal regardless. Zardes grabs his hat-trick in the first half and makes it Livorno 0, Torino 3. And as you can see, Lazzari also got forced off of an injury, which is not good to see. So Lazzari comes off there, Hongchol comes on, and not good to see our Austrian midfielder grab himself an injury. Still 6 minutes after the restart, a good chance to make it 4-0. Agazi plays a great through ball towards Hongchol off the bench, down the right-hand side, takes it around his man here, the number 25, with a little step over, gets inside to shoot, good save, good block, sorry, by the defender, and it falls to Zardes, and Zardes makes it Livorno 0, Torino 4, as the goalkeeper pushes him away. So 4-0 to Torino, every single goal being scored by Yassi Zardes. Livorno's defence in this game was absolutely diabolical. They were all over the place, really, and Zardes was taking advantage time after time again. So good block by the defender, yes, but it fell straight to Zardes, who couldn't miss, and he finds the top corner. So Zardes makes it Livorno 0, Torino 4, and in the 56th minute, a good chance to make it 5-0. Hongchol gets on the ball and plays it out wide towards Darmian. Darmian then plays it back inside towards our Korean fullback, who plays a lovely ball towards Kamisa. What a defence-splitting ball that was, who drills in across, picks out Zardes, and Zardes once again picks out the back of the net. So Livorno 0, Torino 5, all 5 goals being scored by Zardes, and apologies to the friend request coming up there, I had to block the name, but either way, Livorno 0, Torino 5, and Yassi Zardes absolutely superb in this game, without doubt our best player, no surprises about that, and once again proving exactly what I've been saying since the start of his career here at Torino. He'll never be a first team player, but he'll always score goals. He will always bang them in, and he'll never complain. You've got to love these players in your squad who understand their roles and always put in great shifts. But that does end the episode, guys, so as always, a big thank you for watching the video. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you enjoyed today's episode of Torino Career Mode, then please do leave a like. It's much appreciated. It really does help my channel out, but of course you don't have to leave a like if you don't want to, and I'll see you for the next episode of Torino Career Mode very soon.